Hello, this presentation will provide some practical information about the promotion of ESD through whole school approaches. This is Kicho Yas from Asia Pacific Cultural Center for UNESCO, ACCU. In Japan, we have 1,116 UNESCO associated schools, ASP.NET, as of 2019. That counts about 10% of ASP.NET schools in the world. And ASP.NET schools in Japan functions as the hub to promote ESD under the Ministry of Education policies. So as you can see how the number has been grown in the country in conjunction with the promotion of decade of ESD. We have a lot of ASP.NET schools in the country for promoting ESD, and our challenge is how to improve the quality. And when we think about the improvement, one of the approaches is to identify the problems and analyze the causes and implications, like problem 3 approaches. And another is what we call backcasting type of vision making approaches. So how we can look at the whole school as an institution, and how we can develop the whole institutional approaches. In this presentation, we are going to share ESD calendar and also whole school design sheet as a practical tools to develop the whole institution approach. Let me begin with the whole school design sheet. We first develop vision of the school. For example, there's a ESD or sustainable society, and then come up with different domains. These are the examples of the domains of teaching, learning, and collaboration with the community, and so on. Then put the keywords and then concrete actions. So this is how we can develop the design sheet. And this is the one of the examples from school. For example, put the vision, sustainability in action. And to do so, in the teaching learning, we should have some common themes. And for example, the climate change, and as a cross-cutting issue, and organized study tour, and so on. And in terms of school management, we need to have thematic committees and staff training. And for example, the Committee on International Understanding, and organized staff training on ESD 4 times a year. So this kind of from the vision to the actions. So this is the to visualize the school management as a whole school. So this is a design sheet. Another example is ESD calendar. This is to develop the linkages between subjects. So at the primary school level, this is an example in Tokyo that usually in primary school, one teacher teaches most of the subjects. So they can see the different linkages. For example, how we can protect the earth and think about the rice production and plants and how we can manage the waste. So this kind of linkages can be done. In the case of secondary school, uh, we have subject teachers. So sometimes it's not easy to coordinate. So this kind of calendar will be useful to link, for example, the energy issues and environmental issues under the different subject of science and social studies. So this kind of ESD or SDG calendar will be elaborated by the presentation of Omori Dairoku Junior uh, Secondary School in another presentation. So let me move on to the competencies of the teachers. This is from the regional project organized by Okayama University in cooperation with ACCU and also UNESCO Bangkok, how we can develop the teachers' competency for shaping the sustainable future. One is, of course, teachers need to good competency for facilitating learning. Another is teacher themselves should be the lifelong learner. Another is they have the good competency to connect within school and also outside of the school, in particular community. So these linkages is very important to promote the sustainable future. And following slides show some specific contents of the each domain of the competency. For example, this facilitative learning, teachers should know the content and also teaching learning skills, and also they should be familiar with technology. And in overall, we have to understand the cultural context. And another is lifelong learning. This is a more reflective process. We reflect ourselves and then come up with innovative approaches and then transform for actions. So this kind of cycle is important, another competency for teachers. And linking with the community should be expanded from the linkage from individual to school level and also community. So these competencies are also important for the development of the whole school approach when we utilize the whole school design sheet and also ESD calendars. The teachers should be equipped with these different competencies. So this kind of linkages is important for implementing the whole school approaches, not just the tool, but it should be the kind of spirit and also behavior we have to think about. So this is all about the ESD promotion of the ESD approaches in the in our country. Thank you.